Hello, everyone. Diana Rankin here with your weekly message from Phillip. And this week is a continuation of last week. Last week, the question was about angels and spirit guides. Last week, we addressed angels. This week, we're going to address spirit guides. And where I am today, it's very cold and snowy. I think it was 12 degrees, and it feels even colder than that now. I was out earlier. Daisy, dog, and I were running around, and we were out, and it was chilly, uh, downright cold, in fact, but we were pretty bundled up. And we'll get out for another walk uh, shortly. And we will bundle up because it's cold, but it is Christmas Day, and I am running late because I have had so many wonderful calls from friends and family members. And we do have a family member who is making her transition. And so that's a tough one. It's not a COVID related death. It's a different death, but it's always hard to say goodbye to those that we love. And this particular video that we're dealing with today, I know so many of you have had to say goodbye to people you love this year. And so please know that I hold you in my heart. I love you. And I know you're holding me in your heart and loving me as well. But let me go ahead and get on to this. Welcome, all of you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you've come. I hope you all have had a really lovely Hanukkah, a happy Hanukkah, and a happy winter solstice and a Merry Christmas, whatever it is that you celebrate. And boy, this particular, what did I say? This is for December the 27th to December 22nd, 2020 to January the 2nd, 2021. So I will say Happy New Year to everyone. And thank you for all your kind comments and your loving gifts and comments. I'm very grateful. So what we're going to do, for those of you who don't know, the viewers write in questions. I ask you to keep them in the general vicinity and more esoteric rather than the specific questions about your life. If you do want specific questions about your life, please book appointment with me. The information's right below here in right between me and the comment section. And you can put your questions in the comment section. You can also email me. I do eventually get around to all of them. Thank you. So here we go with and we will get a message from Phillip from the Oracle book that Phillip gave us. We'll get that in a minute. But first of all, here's what Phillip had to say. Again, if you want to know more about angels, please go check out last week's video, number 52. And this week, we're going to talk more about and guardian angels also we dealt with last week. This week, it's more about the spirit guide. And here we go. Like one of the questions was, are spirit guides assigned to specific humans? What is their purpose? Okay. And as you all know, Phillip is my spirit guide. So this is what Phillip has to say. We remind you that all spirit guides, unlike angels, have had incarnations as humans. This allows them to understand the human psyche so they can best guide humans. Before birth, a human individual is assigned a spirit guide. This major guide you call the communicator. That's the name I've given to this major guide when I teach my workshops on how to contact that guide and deepen the intuition. I call that the communicator guide. So your main spirit guide, your communicator guide, but by whatever name you put to that specific being, we'll just call spirit guide. Okay, major spirit guide. Thank you, Phillip. This is a teacher, protector guide, and translator between our dimensions. And I think that's a really big one, translator between our dimensions. This guide will stay with the individual throughout their human experiences with an S. This is often a teacher of mystical and esoteric subjects during human incarnations. The spirit guide also stays with the individual while the human is between lives on earth. So our spirit guide is assigned to us when we first come into any kind of being and into that first human experience, and then stays with us throughout our lives. And I think I say human experience, but I think that spirit guide was there when we've had experiences as beings other than humans, such as an animal. Okay, I don't know. That question I did not ask. That said, as any teacher on earth can have more than one student, spirit guides also work with more than one human. This is because spirit guides easily bifurcate. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the word bifurcate, bifurcate is simply splitting the energy. And full energy goes here and full energy goes there. And that's something as humans, it's hard for us to grasp, but it's pretty easy, I guess, in spirit world. Phillip goes on to say, every human has multiple guides, which we'll get into momentarily. We understand more than one listener is asking this question. Okay, so if you were asking that question, we'll get there. Patience is required as we continue our information on your major assigned guide. Your main guide, such as I, Philip, am for you, meaning me, Diana, has been trained in the realms of higher learning and spiritual guidance. This is not to say that all guides are on the same level. They are not. They are assigned at your soul family's level. As humans progress individually, so do their soul families and their guides. You can think about this in very human levels. If a teacher is too advanced for the students will not grasp the information. The teacher must, however, be more knowledgeable than the students. A spirit guide is of greater knowledge and ability than the humans they work with. As a spirit guide advances, so does the human, and also as the human advances, so does the spirit guide. Your spirit guide is always learning and growing, as are you. In addition to your main lifelong guide, there are many additional guides who work with you. There are healers for the body, healers for the mind, healers for the emotions, and so forth. There are also those you can call on for specific help. For example, a banker can guide you in the ways of money, a business person can guide you in the ways of business, and so on. Just as you would bring to the table experts in earth life to help you, you may also call on those in spirit world to help you. However, it is wise to first connect with your spirit guide before connecting with other spirits. This assures you are safe and will connect with the proper beings. So I always say the reason I teach call on that major guide, that communicator, is you can step into a room and have a dozen people talking to you, and you're not really going to get what any of them are saying because there are too many. The other reason is, of course, as Philip tells us, is you want to make sure any being that you contact or contacts you from spirit world, you want to make sure that you're safe, that being is coming from a higher place of love, and that being has information that is of help to you. Okay, Philip goes on to say, we know there will be questions as to how to connect with your guide. We suggest you provide the information you have already released. I have another video that tells you the 5 steps to connect with your guide, and I did put the link to that below. On my website, there's also a blog that talks about, the 7 steps. It's just a little bit more complicated in writing, but listen to the video, and then if you want a little bit more, read the blog. Okay. It is wise for humans to work with their spirit guide. We are here to help you, to guide and protect you, so that you may fulfill that which you came into human life to accomplish. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze, I think. grab a tissue just in case, right? I want to read that last part. It is wise for humans to work with their spirit guide. We are here to help you, to guide and protect you, so that you may fulfill that which you came into human life to accomplish. That is what Phillip has to say about spirit guides, my Phillip. And I might not sneeze. You know, many years back, Greg Braden taught me, who's also another teacher, very good teacher. And he taught me that a sneeze is about letting go of an old belief system and moving in, accepting the new belief system. So I always, when I'm working with a client and the sneeze comes on, I always say that's about the client. It's not about me. And if the sneeze doesn't then happen, either it didn't need to, or we didn't accept that new belief. So we have to look at what that new belief was and remember what it was I was reading. I was reading that our spirit guides are here to help us move into into fulfilling that mission that we all came in to fulfill. Let's get a message. Thank you. Shall we? And what we do here is we just flip through because each page is a different wisdom. And I'm getting kind of mixed messages here, but I think it's going to be on the right. Now, if you got a little mixed message, you're right there with me. So I think both messages are important this week. So let's look at what the messages are. On the right, it says, intuition reaches into the unknowable and allows you to know that which logic cannot perceive. Well, that goes right along with working with a spirit guide. Intuition reaches into the unknowable and allows you to know that which logic cannot perceive. You know, when we talk about spirit guides, it's really not logical at all. And some of the information that I get from Phillip, it's like, really? And then it works. So go below and take a look at that video if you're not already in touch with your spirit guide. It'll help you. On the left, it says, and this is so perfect for this time of the year, without a generous heart, your giving is not a gift. Without a generous heart, your giving is not a gift. Well, my friends, give from the heart with love. Don't give to get back. That doesn't work. Give because you will get back. But that's not why we give. We give because we want to help those who have less, because we are so blessed to have all that we have. I am so blessed to live in this beautiful home out here in the middle of nowhere. I'm so blessed with the animals. I'm so blessed. You can see I receive flowers from people who love me. I'm so blessed with my family. I could go on and on and on. And I have a warm roof over my head. And today I am so blessed for the furnace repairman who came and made sure that everything would work for me this winter. I am so blessed to have warm clothes. Not everybody does. Let's share. Those of us who have, let's share with a generous heart. All right, my friends, I love you. Happy New Year. I will see you on the other side of 2020. Not the other side of Spirit World, I hope, not yet. But I will see you in 2020. No, you know what? This week I will be sending out January's predictions. That's the monthly videos that I do. So I will see you before 2021. But for the weeklies, I'll see you next week, starting all over with a brand new year. Until then, I love you. Thank you for the love that you give to me. Thank you for the love that you receive and accept from me.